Most LinkedIn outreach feels like spam, and that's exactly why it gets ignored. But one SaaS leader that we trained was able to leverage strategic commenting and smart follow-ups to book multiple meetings in under 2 weeks. And this video breaks down exactly how. Here's the truth. Your prospects can smell your pitch before you even send your message. But when your strategy builds trust before your outreach happens, that is when you start seeing results. You get those replies, you get conversations happening, and of course, you get pipeline growth. I'm Mandy McEwen, and since 2010, I've been building B2B brands online through my agency, Mod Girl Marketing, and in 2021, we launched Luminetics, our LinkedIn training brand, because we saw so much success with LinkedIn for ourselves and our clients. And today, I'm going to be breaking down step by step the exact system you need to follow to actually start driving real revenue from LinkedIn. Let's get into it. So if you're getting ghosted, you're not getting replies, you have no idea what to post, and you really just feel like LinkedIn is a waste of time, I've got you. This is your step-by-step roadmap from turning cold outreach into booked meetings and without sounding like a robot. The real problem with LinkedIn right now is that sellers are stuck using a 2017 playbook, and it just doesn't work anymore. You can't blast in mails to 500 people saying the same thing. You can't be sending random connection requests with zero context or no prior engagement. I mean, you can, but good luck. And most people are using Sales Navigator simply for research, not for actually driving real conversations. And the worst part is they're completely ignoring their profile. So they're literally scaring prospects away before they even reach out. And what's happening is decision makers are completely overwhelmed. They're getting inundated with messages. It's so noisy, and they're literally ignoring 90% of the people that reach out on LinkedIn because they're not doing it the right way. So if you look and sound like everyone else, yeah, of course you're going to get ignored. What do you expect? But when you have an amazing optimized profile and you start talking to people like real genuine human beings and showing that you want to help, guess what? It starts working. And that's what I'm going to walk you through today. First things first, your profile. Your profile is not a resume. It is the home of your personal brand. It is the place where prospects go to instantly see if you can help them. So you need to format everything on your profile for your buyer, not for you. Unless, of course, you're trying to get a job, that's a different video then. That's not this video. So your profile should instantly tell people what you do, who you help, and why they should pick you. What makes you stand out? So you first need to craft a headline that speaks to your ICP, your exact target audience. Use keywords, be strategic. Don't waste this precious real estate, because when people are perusing LinkedIn or you're messaging them, they're only gonna see your beautiful face and the first handful of keywords of your headline. So if you're wasting that with your job title, that is a missed opportunity. You also need to fill out your about section to build trust quickly. And that very first line of your about section should be your elevator pitch. So it should be showing people this is exactly what I do and how I can help you. Then something that's completely overlooked is your featured section. You're gonna wanna fill that out with case studies, videos, possibly links to your website, testimonials, anything that builds trust ahead of time and can pre-sell your prospects before they even talk to you. Put it in the featured section. You could even put posts that you made that did well or that you really want to feature. Use this section though, it is your friend. And if you skip this step of optimizing your profile, I can promise you that nothing else I'm getting ready to tell you will work, because you will blend in and look like everyone else. So when I'm telling you this is important, I mean it. One seller that we trained recently, she's an account development rep for a large global sales org. She was able to surpass her meetings from phone and cold email simply from optimizing her profile with Lumi, our AI profile builder, and following the steps I'm about to tell you. So when you do this, you will stand out and you will get replies. If you want to check out Lumi, it's linked below. Okay, now that your profile is looking fly, we need to start making friends and building those connections. Now, you should have a target list of accounts that you're going after. So you are now going to find the people, the decision makers at those companies. And keep in mind, the bigger the organization you're targeting, the more decision makers you're going to need to reach out to. If you have Sales Navigator, this is going to speed up so much of your time and make your life way easier. And I have other videos on Sales Navigator you can watch to go deeper into that. But essentially, you need to find the decision makers at the organizations and ideally people who are actively using the platform, because I don't want you wasting time reaching out to people that log into LinkedIn like once every 3 months. That's kind of pointless. So with Sales Navigator, you can find people who are actively posting, but you can do this anyway just by going to their profile and looking at their activity section. Either they are posting content or they are commenting, which you can engage with their comments as well. So first things first, find the people that you're targeting and maximize it, 3 to 8. And so what I mean by maximize it is we need to pick multiple people at these organizations, because enterprise companies literally take more than 8 people to make a decision. So the more people you have involved and the more people that you're reaching out to and building relationships with, the more opportunities you have. If you don't have Sales Navigator, you can add these people to a spreadsheet or your CRM so you know exactly who you're going after, and you got to keep it organized. So pay attention to when you sent the connection request, when you message them, when you need to follow up, etc. Okay, so that was step 2. Let's get into step 3. Now, before you do anything, before you even send a connection request, I want you to engage with their content or their comments. This is why I told you earlier that you need to find people who are actively using the platform. So this is called my friendly leader method, and it's really simple. All you do is you go to their profile. If they're posting content, if they've posted something in the last week that isn't weird or random or lame, then you can comment on it. You can like, you can comment. Wait a little bit until they see it. Either they're going to like your comment you left, or they're going to respond to your comment and say thanks, whatever it is. That shows you that they obviously saw it. Go ahead and send the connection request. And in the connection request, you mentioned something like, hey Dan, really enjoyed your post on ABC, would be happy to connect here. Really, really basic, but Dan likely already saw your comment. So there's a 99% chance, unless Dan is an ass, that he is going to accept your connection request, because people love people that boost their ego and boost the algorithm, because obviously the more you comment, the more posts are seen from the algorithm. So this works. People do accept your connection request. What you can do if they're not posting content but they're commenting is you can respond to their comments. If it's a legit comment, if it's something like congratulations, obviously you're not going to respond to that. But if they're leaving a legit comment somewhere, then you can like that comment, or you can like and respond to the comment. Same concept. Wait till they see it, or if you don't know if they saw your comment either on their post or their comment, just send it a day later. Send it a day later, mention the exact same thing. Hey Dan, enjoyed your post yesterday on ABC, loved what you said about XYZ, would be happy to connect. However you want to say it. But this stuff works. You do not know how many meetings I've landed just from doing this, and my clients as well. And it's called the friendly leader method because we're making friends and we are appeared as a leader because our profile is optimized. We know what the hell we're talking about. And then we are reaching out to people in a cool manner where we're literally like boosting their content and helping them. So we are seen as a friendly leader before we even ask anything about what they're doing related to your product or service. And some homework for you: leave 5 or more comments per day on prospects' posts. When you do this, I promise you will see an uptick. LinkedIn is actually showing some people more impressions on their comments right now than their content. Yes, that's right. Some people are getting more impressions, AKA more eyeballs, on their comments than their own posts on LinkedIn. I have had so many people crush it with just leaving comments. So if you can make it a goal to leave 5 comments per day, do it for a couple of weeks. Tell me what happens, because I'm pretty sure you're gonna see some pretty great results. Okay, so step 4 is the connection request, which I kind of already mentioned. So what we're gonna do is send a connection request that isn't annoying. And I wanna note here that if you are unsure what to say, don't say anything at all. But your profile has to be optimized, okay? So you cannot get away with sending blank connection requests if you have a profile that is terrible and doesn't speak to your target audience and just blatantly says you're a sales rep. It's not gonna work. But if you are having a moment where your brain's just not firing, you don't know what to say, maybe they weren't posting content, just send a blank connection request. I would rather you do that than send something that comes across salesy or spammy and they ignore you. So you have to be strategic with the messages that you're sending to people. This is where most sellers mess up. They go in for the pitch, they go in for the kill, way too soon. Even when someone accepts your connection request, for the love of everything holy, do not pitch slap them. And what I mean by pitch slapping is literally they accept your connection request and you instantly go into a pitch. Hey Dan, I loved what you said about XYZ. So at ABC Company, we're able to offer you, and then do you want to get on a call? Do you have 30 minutes to talk about this? That's called pitch slapping. Do not do that. It does not work on LinkedIn. It is the fastest way to ruin your reputation and get blocked or ignored, or both. So we are simply trying to start a conversation here, you guys. That's it. We're asking leading questions, we're starting dialogue, we're being super short and to the point, a few sentences max, and we're leading into the conversation. If you really want to stand out when someone accepts your connection request, send a voice note or a video with a little bit of context that you type up. So don't pitch, try to come across as a friend. The more you engage with their content or their comments, the more likely it is that they're going to be open to a conversation with you. Okay, step 5. This is all about content, posting content to build your trust and be seen in LinkedIn. So your prospects actually see you when you are reaching out to them and you're messaging them. They're going to see your content. It's going to get you in front of more people and boost your credibility and thought leadership. So a lot of people overthink this. If you work for an organization, go look at what your marketing team is doing. Pull anything from blog posts to LinkedIn posts to any other sort of social media posts that they have and repurpose that. You can use AI for this. We have a Lumi post writer that we have that does this. You can use your favorite AI tool. There's lots of ways to do this, but I also want you not just to leverage marketing company content, because we need you to stand out and be a human. And people that talk about company content all the time, they're seen as kind of a robot on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is still a social media network. It's not Facebook, it's not Instagram, it's not TikTok, but it is a social platform. So you have to show the personality behind the professional. So share things like your story, customer stories, anything you learned, anything that inspired you, behind the scenes, day in the life type stuff. You don't need to get cringy here. I'm literally just talking about simple stories and stuff that you have learned along the way. Personal stuff that isn't too personal. No one cares what you ate for breakfast. Sorry, go to Instagram for that. But do share in your personal life a little bit. So I am a digital nomad. I travel all over the world all the time. I share that on LinkedIn. So that is, people know me for that. And they're asking me, where I'm going next. And I literally put in my LinkedIn profile, I'm a digital nomad, ask me what country I'm visiting next. And I have it in my headline too. And then I post about it. Not often, once a week tops do I post about my travel stuff. So I'm not posting every day about my travels, but I do it to make me stand out. So there are so many things you guys can talk about, and I feel like you're likely overthinking this because many people are. So just think about what is happening in your industry too. Trends. What would people find helpful? I mean, there's literally endless content, and you can go to any AI tool and ask to give you ideas for posting content. And here's the deal. You don't need to be the next LinkedIn influencer. That's not the point. That's not why I'm making these videos for you. You need to be visible and you need to be trustworthy. Visibility and trust leads to more conversations, which leads to pipeline growth. This is the game that we are playing right now with modern social selling, with modern selling in general. It is all about trust and being a part of the conversation. So when you are posting content, when you are commenting, you are becoming a part of the conversation, and that leads to trust, and trust leads to conversations with prospects, not just publicly. And there is a right way and wrong way to go about posting LinkedIn content, but just keep it simple for people to skim and read and be yourself. Don't try to copy and paste directly from AI. We did have a fractional CFO that's working with us, and he was able to use our Lumi AI post writer, and he got more impressions from one post than his 5 posts earlier that week, which 10x'd his visibility just from posting the right type of thought leadership content for his audience. So if you want help, we can help you with that. But either way, you can do it yourself. You can use your favorite AI tool, get ideas, spin it, make it sound like you, don't make it sound like AI, your voice, and just make it easy for people to read, and give them a call to action. Have them leave a comment. Tell them, ask them what they thought, or to leave what they experienced, or simply tell them to reach out to you and message you. So the whole goal is to get dialogue started on the LinkedIn platform with your content. And then the last step 6 is to follow a daily system. None of this is going to work if you're not consistent. So you need to figure out what works for you and block your calendar, at least 30 minutes to an hour a day to get this stuff done. It might sound like a lot, but it's really not when you get this going and you get in the habit of doing it and adding it to your regular scheduled program of outbound and the tasks that you're doing every single day. Add it in here. I promise you it's going to help. So I'm talking about leaving 5 to 10 comments a day, sending 10 to 50 connection requests a week, posting 1 to 3 times a week to start, sending follow-up messages every single day, messaging 5 targeted first-degree connections. Like, there are so many things you can do, but to make it super simple for you, I have a 90-day LinkedIn framework you can steal, and that literally gives you a playbook of what to do every single day for 90 days, and it gradually increases. So if you're just starting out with LinkedIn social selling, we start small. And then the second month, we get a little bit bigger, more comments, more connection requests, more messages, and then the third month, we get even bigger. So if you want a step-by-step version of exactly what to do on LinkedIn, grab that 90-day framework and get started. Knowing these steps is only half the battle. None of this is gonna work if you don't put it into consistent action. So this channel is where I help you take action, not just absorb these tips. I want you to get real results. So here's what I'm doing. Every single week, I'm going to pick one comment to review from my YouTube videos. So this could be your LinkedIn profile you want reviewed. It could be a message that you sent a prospect. It could be a post that you made. It doesn't matter. But if you leave a comment below and tell me what you want to review, I will randomly pick one winner each week to review, and I will make a video about it. So if you want feedback, drop it below and hopefully I pick you. And if you want expert help from me and my team in doing all of these things I mentioned today, check out the links below and start working on your profile. And for the love of everything, do not pitch slap. See you next time.